an Indiana truck driver charged in a 2014 crash in Will County that killed 5 people, pleaded guilty Tuesday to 5 counts of reckless homicide and 1 count of falsifying his driving log. Francisco Espinal Quiroz, 53, entered the plea before Will County Judge David Carlson. He faces 6 to 28 years in prison, but prosecutors have agreed to seek no more than a 15-year sentence. A February 15 sentencing hearing is scheduled for Espinal Quiroz, who remains in Will County Jail with bail set at $1 million. Espinal Quiroz, of Leesburg, IND, was driving a semi-truck the afternoon of July 21, 2014, in the northbound lanes of Interstate 55 near Canahan when he entered a construction zone where traffic had slowed to 3 to 5 miles per hour, authorities said. The trucker, however, had set his cruise control and was driving 65 miles per hour when he entered the construction zone, prosecutors said. Espinal Quiroz's truck struck 3 vehicles, including a 2012 Kia Soul occupied by Kimberly Britton, 43, and Piper Britton, 11, both of Urbana, and Timothy Osborne, 64, of Canahan. The Brittons were killed immediately and Osborne died 16 days later in a Chicago hospital. 2 other women, Ulrich Blopla, 48, of Canahan, and Vicky Palacios, 54, of Coal City, also were killed in the crash. Both of the women's vehicles also were struck by Espinal Quiroz's truck. 3 others were hospitalized with injuries from the crash. According to investigators, Espinal Quiroz began his workday at 2:30 a.m. when he picked up a load of steel at a warehouse in South Bend, IND. His logbook, however, showed he started later, at 6:15 a.m. Espinal Quiroz also is blind in his right eye due to a 1984 injury, but had a waiver to drive a truck in Indiana. This was a horrific crash that claimed the lives of 5 innocent people, including a young girl, and injured several others, Will County State's Attorney James Glasgow said. Our hearts go out to all of the victims and their families who are suffering such a tragic loss. Will County Judge Daniel Rozak last year denied Espinal Quiroz's request to drop 10 of the reckless homicide charges that referenced his blindness. In a motion to dismiss the charges, an attorney for Espinal Quiroz argued that her client's blindness was not reckless because he went through the proper procedures to obtain a waiver to continue to drive. Attorney Jeffrey Erdangian, who represented Espinal Quiroz on Tuesday, declined comment on his client's plea. A civil case filed by the victims' families against Espinal Quiroz is pending in federal court. The families also are suing Steel Warehouse, the company for which Espinal Quiroz was hauling freight, and Eagle Transport, the company which leased Espinal Quiroz the semi-trailer he was driving. The civil case has been on hold pending an outcome for the criminal case. A hearing date is set for December 6 on the civil case. We're very happy that this part of the case is over and we're hoping we can now move toward closure for the families, Joliet attorney Frank Andrino said after Tuesday's plea. Andrino represents Bloplace's husband and their 3 children. Alicia Faber is a freelance reporter.